Hey guys, Happy New Year and welcome back to the channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and ring the bell notification so that you never miss a video. So as many of you know, if you've been following the channel for even a little while, my sister and I, one way that we make money online and like one of our passive income streams that we're really passionate about is actually self-publishing. So we self-publish through Amazon KDP and we teach about how we do that. And we also publish through IngramSpark, which is publishing wide, like all over the world to different bookstores and libraries. Now, one question that we get asked a lot, especially from like new students or people who are just new to self-publishing in general, is what kind of books should I be publishing if I want to make money? This is especially a common question among people who love writing like fiction stories, or maybe they have a book in them that they've always wanted to write, and they're just kind of wondering, does it make sense to pursue selling books? Like, will it be profitable for them? And I think they ask this question because there is this common belief, and I think it might actually be true, that the average book doesn't sell more than like 250 to 500 copies. I've heard both numbers, so I'm just assuming it's somewhere in the middle, but the average book doesn't really sell all that much, allegedly. So people get really nervous, like, does it make sense for me to spend all of this time pouring my heart out and telling my story that I've always wanted to craft if it's not going to sell that much and it's going to be more of a passion project than a moneymaker? And I think that's a really good question, especially for people who are trying to replace their income, maybe quit their job, or at least supplement their income. So I'm going to answer that today in this video. So before I get started, make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and let's get into it. So if you're in the self-publishing business, you're more than likely writing books to make money. And for that to work, you have to keep the customer in mind. So it's really important that you are writing books about the things that people are passionate about, that people are searching for. And that tends to be nonfiction. That tends to be things like the evergreen niches, right? Like relationships, health, and finances. Now, of course, there are tons of other niches that are also very profitable, and we also always teach our students to go into the sub-niches. So don't just have a book on finances, for example. You'd have a book on how to clear debt as a college graduate. You know what I mean? Go deeper. Or instead of just having a book on health, maybe it would be a book specifically on losing weight with keto. You know, just the riches are in the niches, like they say. And that's always held true for us. It's held true for our students. The reason why we push people into the nonfiction niches as new authors who are trying to make money with self-publishing on Amazon KDP is because Amazon is like a search engine. People are going to type in things like how to lose weight, how to improve my memory, stuff like that. So if you're writing books that have those keywords in the titles and in the tags and everything, your books are just going to organically and naturally show up for these people when they type these topics into the search bar. You won't need to run ads. You won't need to chase after your audience. Your audience is looking for you and they're going to chase you. And that's very ideal. That's what we did with one of our first books that we ever wrote. It was a joint book. We wrote it together. We wrote it on a topic that we had done really good keyword research on. And we teach people how to do that in our course as well. It was the same method. And this book brought us $1,000 in profit in its first month selling on Amazon. We ran no ads to it, but we were just writing in a niche that people were already looking at, were already looking for books in. We wrote that book in like 2 weeks tops, and it was such an amazing and validating experience. And it was because it wasn't something we were super amazingly passionate about, but we're like, hey, this is a topic that we can jump on, we can do our little research, and we can make a quality book. We were very certain of that part of it, at least. It was a good quality book, and people really loved it. But again, it was nonfiction, it wasn't fiction. But my sister and I are also creatives. We love storytelling, we love a good story, and so we have also more recently dabbled in fiction. And there's a lot of profit to be made in the fiction niches as well. It's just the buildup of profit is slower because You do have to kind of curate an audience. Of course, you can still do your niche research and everything like that, but it is, in general, slower going than if you just go straight for nonfiction. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're a storyteller at heart, then it'll be really rewarding to write your fiction books. And we don't tell people not to write them, you know? But instead, we say maybe hold off and put out a certain amount of nonfiction books first so that you'll have that income coming in, and then you can relax more and, you know, organically build your fiction audience. Or what you could do, if you're a little ambitious and you have the time, do both at the same time. Release nonfiction books and release your fiction books, but do both of them, you know? I wouldn't say, if you're super creative and you love storytelling, I wouldn't say, yeah, only do fiction. I would not say that. As a person who has been in the publishing space for, I think it's like 3 years now, who has made 6 figures in this business model, that's thanks to doing both. And that's thanks largely to my nonfiction books, my mid-content books, including things like coloring books as well. That's another thing. It's not either or. It's not like, oh, do I do nonfiction or fiction? There's the in-between space too. There's coloring books. There's activity books. These books bring us in thousands every single month as well, guys. So I would say have a healthy amount of all of those books. Best case scenario is that your catalog looks like nonfiction books, medium content books like coloring books and activity books, and if you're really passionate about storytelling and you're creative and you have stories to share, then put those fiction books in there as well. So you're covering all 3 different types of niches, and that guarantees you are profitable every single month. There are too many people who are putting out just storybooks, just novels, novellas, stuff like that, just pure fiction. And then they're saying, oh, I tried selling books, I tried self-publishing, and it just didn't work for me. And it's like, are you doing your niche research? Are you making books that people want, or are you making the books that you want and hoping that people will buy them? With this business model, there really is a formula to success, guys, and you have to work backwards. You have to figure out what people are searching for, figure out what they want, what they will buy, and then decide that you're going to make that type of book and sell it to them. You don't just write a book and go, hey, somebody buy this, please, who wants this? That doesn't really work, and that's not what we teach. So I really hope that this video helped someone. It's something that is so common sense to us because we've been doing this so long. Like, we have made 6 figures plus in this business model already, working part-time on this business, but I've more recently been more intentional about this business, building up more of my income by going wide, and I plan to have a healthy publishing schedule for next year where I'm putting out a lot more books. But this has been what I have used as my model so far, and it has done wonders for me. It's done wonders for our students. It's done wonders for my sister. So this is what we teach. This is what works, in our opinion, in our experience. You can do your own thing, but I mean, success has a formula. Success leaves clues. I would say do what already works. So I really hope that this video helped somebody out there. I really hope it was inspiring, and if you did find value in this video, do give it a like, subscribe, and share. And if you have any questions about self-publishing and you know, if you're struggling in any area of this business model, definitely leave your comments below and it might inspire our next video. So I'll see you in the next one. Take care.